Okay, we're back for just a little bit more on this subject matter. For some of you who live or live in industrialized nations or live within parts of any country that you live in that's city dwellers and have access to internet and smartphones and stuff, some of the stuff that I'm saying about satellite programming might not immediately be tangible. I'm talking satellite TV because a vast part of humanity still lives in places where maybe internet access is not there, or maybe they don't have a little computer, maybe they don't have the connectivity. So we're talking about early stages of alleviating this issue of connectivity between all of us with a common language. And then once we're one generation or so removed from it, then we're not going to even need to talk about only satellite TV for beginners. And little kids can have little tablets and have Wi-Fi available to them and learn as much as they can. So I said starting age 3, programming, and let's say you're sitting in Iran, you'll get programming from Voice of America, satellite programming that would be catered to you with kind of conscious of the cultural situation, and start picking up the language a little bit. And by the time you get to first grade, you start learning your algebra, math, and sciences, anything that's relevant in this English language, the American language that I'm talking about. And at the same time, Russian language service, Chinese language service, BBC, French, Deutsche Welle, German, Swedish, Danish, Indian, all these places, they are broadcasting their programming overseas. And you have access by knowing your mother tongue as they broadcast to you. You have a chance to learn that third language without at first having to go to a class. And if you're really gifted with languages, you might be able to learn that second and third language at the same time, because kids have that ability and that genius is in them to learn the languages at a young age. So if families see that proper, I think being around it is awesome. Policies to learn the mother tongue and get really good at it, those are local policies, and that can be done really well. I'm from Iran. Like I said, my parents were Turkish speakers. I spoke Farsi, no Turkish, understand it anyways, and I would have been a poorer person had I not learned Farsi and Farsi poetry, I think. And another thing is, when we all learn the common language, the American language that I'm talking about, you're going to have access to the best works of literature from all over the world in that language also, because some Argentinian author that's bilingual and is talented in translating is going to be able to give you some of the best works by Argentinian writers in American language. So you have the best of both worlds. So as we progress together, we also see these other benefits that come from having that common language. I hope that all countries start airing their programmings, especially language learning programmings, in many different languages or for many different audiences. And within a generation or so, we'll be able to say that we have made this transition to where we are no longer monolingual, that we are bilingual, trilingual, and at the same time we have a common language. And we can study federalism, see the goods, the bads, the positives, the negatives, where people can take advantage of the system, and maybe with that knowledge, start a blueprint for a better future for humanity, for all sentient beings, and for the next big chapter in our lives, in the life of this planet. And future generations will be forever thankful.